All right, what's up, everyone? Backtest stream time. We're doing 3-game slates. We've got a 3-gamer coming up this Sunday. So I figured we did a 2-game slate backtest stream last night. We got some ideas. We got some good ideas. Let's see what we learn on a 3-game slate. Now, let's first go over some of what we learned on the 2-game slate. So with the 2-game slate, we allowed 3 players versus defense. We went generally 4 uniques, although at times if we set a ownership cap around 280, between 280 to 300%, in those situations, we're able to go down to 3 uniques and actually have a little more success. We'll check out how that goes here. We also did QB +2 in all of those and included the running back. So let's go back to this, and I have some ideas. Oh, here's, holy shit, my original rules from this slate are still here, which means that's interesting. Okay. Like, I loaded a slate from so long ago, and it's still got all my stuff. That's wild. All right, we want to allow 3 players versus defense, 170. Let's see here. Are these my ranking? Hold on. No, projections are default. So that was interesting. A little surprise there. All right, so let's take a look at what the slate was first. So I went to December 25th, the Christmas Day slate. So if you guys are following along at home, Christmas Day, December 25th, got it loaded up here. It's called the Sunday Only 1225. So you can load that up with me. Let's take a look at what the games were. So it was an interesting slate because we had the stinker of all time, 36-point total, a less stinky, but still kind of stinky, but less stinkerish 42-pointer, and then this really attractive 49-point game. I remember loading up on Tua for this slate. So I don't understand where this comes from, but I would like to try. So let's take a look first of all at what won, because this is important and it's really interesting. So Aaron Rodgers with Christian Watson and AJ Dillon. That's a really weird combination. Hill and Waddle, but not Tua. That's weird. And then Dulcich, Cam Akers was the big play, 20% owned. Rams defense absolutely smashed, and that would have been fairly obvious. So with that being said, let's just do our normal stack. QB with no less than 2. Wide receiver, tight end, same team. Okay. Even though that's not what won, what happened to it? Did Tua get hurt? What the hell happened here? I don't remember. I guess no, it's just the difference. I don't know. But Rodgers here, the final scores here, it was actually Baker Mayfield that scored the most points. Did he start this game? Yes. Okay. So Baker Mayfield was actually the highest scoring quarterback. So let's see how this all comes together. Okay. So let's do what we did in the last one, which is, oh, that was the game where Tua played with a concussion. He started playing horrible. Yeah, that was brutal. So yeah, I remember that. And then he hasn't played since, right? So, and by the way, I knew it, and I called it. We won't see Tua again this year, unfortunately, for the Dolphins. I'm worried about his career. So anyway, 3 uniques. Let's go 4 uniques. We're not going to do an ownership cap, so I'm going to do 4 uniques on this one. QB with no less than 2. And let's start out with the universal exposure max set at 40%. Tournament mode. Server. We'll get a little bit of randomization here just for speed purposes. And let's give this bad boy a run. Let's see. So again, we are working 3-game slates, And we're starting with a standard. I have some ideas, by the way, strategic fade concepts that I want to run by everybody as well. As we're doing these, I have this thought of like just unchecking someone. Is there any correlation between the highest? Yeah, I mean, there's correlation, but the highest final fantasy points lineup is never the highest projected. So take a look. This is the highest projected. It was 131. Final 98. Let's go to final. Yeah, it was a 118 that put up a 174, which means essentially, Evan, no. There is some correlation in the sense that if I go to the lowest projected, yeah, it got ugly. Like our 96 pointer only scored 82. So it got ugly. But no, it's never the highest projected lineup that wins a tournament. Never. That just does not happen. All right. One other thing I want to take a look at is total P owned real quick. 149. Okay. So 289%. So note that on a 3-game slate, the kind of average total P owned was in that 350% range. And it looks like for a 3-gamer, it's under 300%. In the 2-gamer, it was 350%. So just an interesting note. Now, let's take what scored the most here. So we just did a pretty basic run, QB +2. Barely got any Baker Mayfield. Basic run. We got 174 as our top score. What won the tournament? I mean, guys, I just want to point out, like 174, not a bad fucking score with no adjustment. That got you $800 in this contest and was good for 37th in the Millie Maker. Let's look at a slightly smaller contest here, like the 12. That's the perfect kind of contest. Yeah. Let's take a look at this. So 174, yeah. And then if we go to a 10,000 person contest, it was good for second place. So look at the difference here. In this contest, that lineup gets us second place. So our first run with 0 adjustment put us in second place in a 10,000 entry contest. This is not bad. Number one, fucking tools kick ass, right? Number two, that's pretty not bad. Seriously? All right, so what can we do to get a little better? Let's take a look at some potential strategic fades that we could have used on the slate. Okay, now, number one for me, let's see here. Aaron Jones, who weren't fading that. Let's take a look at the games. The one I'm thinking about that I believe I did strategic fade is Lats Murray because he's old and not, I just can't imagine why he was chalk. I think I faded him on the actual slate. So I'm going to X him out. The other thing is we did 4 uniques, but I didn't get as much spread as I'm hoping for. So Waddle, Hill. Let's say, Trace McSorley, of course, we wouldn't want to play that. Let's give it another run with those 2 strategic fades in place. And yes, we've seen some of the things that I've noted. Let's take a look at this winning lineup, right? Let's go back to the nuts. Hold on. Let me go to the medium-sized contest. Let's go to this, and we'll use this top lineup as our baseline. But yeah, it's Rodgers, Dillon, Christian Watson. Weird, right? Akers, Higbee, no doubles. Hill and Waddle, but no Tua. Very bizarre. It's a weird lineup that won this. I feel like we should be able to beat that lineup, but it is a weird lineup. Here's a 172. So I made a couple strategic fades, and of course, somehow I got an even lower score, which is ridiculous. Let's see what else we can do here. This is way too little of Rodgers for a slate like this. But how do I deal with that situation? Tom Brady was playing against, and he did not do that well. So let me lower the QB exposure. Oh, you know what? I know what to do. Let's try an ownership cap. So once again, let's go to total P owns. 290. Okay, 291. So last time we took about 20% below. So if we take 290, let's say 300, 20% is about 60. I don't know. Let's set it for 250 as a total P owned and leave it at 4 and let's see what happens. So I'm now reducing ownerships a little bit. I took it effectively 20% below. It's about 15%, which is about what we did in the last one too, below the highest total P owned lineup it generated with no restrictions. So the highest it had generated was 290. So I did 250. And 250 now I left 4 uniques, but if you remember from yesterday, in the scenario where we limited ownership, actually going to 3 uniques work better. Let's see how that works on a 4-game slate, on a 3-game slate. But it is noteworthy that, like I said, that first run got us second place with no adjustment. Okay, I don't like this. So we got to limit a couple of these quarterback situations. Final got worse, significantly worse in this run. Oh, no. Final FPTS. Let's try it. Hold on. Oh, 182. Okay. Wait a second. Did nothing. Just ran it. Just ran it. We got a 182.7, which is pretty fucking good, guys. That's in this giant contest, 100K to first. That's a 6. That's this spot right here, $1,500. So wait a minute. What did we just do? 3 uniques, 4 uniques, max 3, QB plus 2, 250% projected ownership cap. Almost no strategic, just a couple little strategic fades, but nothing serious. Okay. Interesting. Now, Russell Wilson was up against the Rams. You're not fucking with Russell Wilson. I think I full faded him too. And he is strategic fadeable. So I'm going to unfriend him as well. And I'm going to run this again. Oh my God. All right. $185. I don't even know what more to do. We already crushed it. Like that really worked out. I'm gonna go down to 3 uniques here. Let's see how that goes. No, I don't have an answer for this, Marco. I'm sorry, bud. I have no idea. I wish, like I said, if I knew which ones to pick, I wouldn't make 150. I'm spending a lot of money to put 150 in. I wish I knew. All right, so I'm just going to do a run here with 3 uniques. Again, we have our ownership cap in. We've done nothing else. We've set the max exposure at 40%. 4 uniques. In this case, we set a projected ownership cap 250. Now I'm going to try it in 3 uniques and see if it gets any better. I don't expect it will, but what I'm fascinated by, guys, listen, I want to share max 4 versus defense. I think it's too much. I don't think that's going to affect anything, Duel. I don't. If you tell me that should not affect anything. It's too many. So let's take a look. 183. There's nothing wrong. Are you on the same slate, Jordan? That's the only. I don't know what you mean. Total P owners, right? I'm using the same DOM station as you. So are you on your phone, Jordan? maybe. Oh, I don't know that we have that on mobile. It might not show total P on mobile. We can't display as much. So maybe on mobile you don't have it. This is the desktop version. If you guys are making 150 lineups on your phone, and that is fucking more power to it. Yeah, we don't have it on the phone. So again, yeah, you got to do this on a PC. Not just, I mean, you could fuck around on Backtest stream however you want, but you should be doing your lineups on a PC. Like the phone is too hard. I could never do it. Actually, with this technique, I think I could do it on the phone. We're really doing very little. Look, we got a 183. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? 3 uniques and 4 uniques, no difference. But what's interesting is the ownership cap. Now I'm going to show you. Let's see if I can artificially just raise this one up a little bit, because I am seeing I'm getting a lot of. All right, let's do this. I'm just going to do this. We didn't do that originally. I'm just going to add a little bit of Baker to see if Baker stacks would have worked in this slate, because I don't think anybody hit a Baker stack that worked. And then from here, I feel like we just nailed it. We didn't have to do anything. One strategic fade. I think we got rid of Latz Murray. A couple of Turdley QBs. We pulled them out. And we have a lot of strategic fades that we can do on Sunday. As a matter of fact, let's see what this did. 183.12. So, yeah, I mean, it's getting a little better. Rodgers, Watson, Lazard, Rams defense. Again, defense. Yeah, not even getting a ton of Rams. That's funny. And I love the Rams defense on the slate as well. I like Bucks. Oh, we're getting a lot of Bucks because they have a 0 projected ownership, and it's cheat coding it. It's cheat coding it because it's in here at 0 because the data was fucked. How low of an ownership can you go? I mean, what's doing well? This 245. So, oh boy. Okay. So, yeah, it's this 245 that's really working the best. Here, we set that at 30%. Let me try that again. But now it's defaulting a lot to Bucks defense because the data didn't save an ownership, or it never got ownership projected. So let's just run one more time, but we've literally hit perfect lineups here without doing anything. So this is another slate where I will say success, running the basic options, couple strategic fades here or there. And I'm not talking about strategic fading like the studs. I'm saying getting rid of like some turds, right? Like Trace McSorley. I did not play him when I originally played the slate, and I'm playing him just now. 182.7. Once again, we're at 183, 182.7. We're hanging around in the top 10 in this giant contest. That is where we want to be. And this wins the flea. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to call that one a success. And let's search for another one of these. Like I said, I think the ownership number for 3 games based on that experiment should be around 250 to 260. Remember yesterday, the cap was 280 to 300 for the 3-game. Wait, I'm sorry. 3-game slate is about 250 to 60. For the 2-game slate yesterday, we were closer to 280 to 300. So let's find another one. Okay. That was here. Let's see if we got any 3-gamers. No. Okay. Let's go here. Take a look at this afternoon only. Let's see if we have ownerships for it. 12-11. Okay. 12-11. 12-11. Dom Station. There it is. Afternoon only. Here we go. All right. Let's see if we have ownerships for this one. Yes. Fucking A. Okay. We don't fuck around here. DFS Army style. VIP. Projecting ownerships even for afternoon only slates. Okay. All right. Good deal. All right. So it looks like the winner of this slate, Mahomes, McKinnon, Juju, Kelsey, triple stack. 2 players from the other team, Carolina defense, whatever. All right. So let's try it. Let's just do it. 170. Ready for this? 4 uniques. 3 versus defense. We'll give it a run initially. We'll put a 40% exposure max. Let's take a look at the game, see if we got strategic fades here. No. Maybe no. What the hell? What the fuck? KC 17? All right, I'm going to tell you right now, these numbers are not correct because I would strategic fade Brady against San Francisco. There's no way the team total for KC was 17.5. So those numbers aren't correct. These totals aren't correct. This wasn't. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that's about. So let's ignore that. Right? Geno Smith, Tom Brady. So Mahomes was the chalk. No one's playing. I mean, Tom Brady was heavily owned. That's weird. I'm going to limit Brady. Samwise. Yeah, and this was the one where, remember, Bobby Wow was pushing Russell Wilson. I remember that slate. So, yeah, let's just see what happens when we give it a natural run, and then we'll figure out about strategic fades and whatnot. Now, I did forget to click tournament mode, so we'll do that in a minute. But 3-game slate. Let's take a look at the running back position. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, super high owned. And, and for good reason, was the chalk. Pacheco kind of got a little chalky. Let's see who Lats Murray again, which was fucking another weird ass. Why is Lats Murray chalky? He stinks. He's old. Travis Homer. Remember, this was that slate where we said, don't play any of these fucking turds from Seattle? That was that slate where we couldn't figure out who the Seattle running back would be. And I just stay the hell away from all those guys. They're not good. Right? So we stayed away from those guys a little bit. They got some ownership, though, like Tony Jones Jr. Ugh. What a bad play. Ooh, this is moving slow. Yeah, Samwise. Ugh. Did he have a good day? No. Samwise the scared. Brock Purdy had a good performance. Geno, Mahomes, and Russ. All right. Come on, baby. Run. Let's go. All right, let me switch this to server and tournament mode in the meantime. But let's see what we scored. Let's see what we did. So basic rules, right? Did I make no? Of course, I forgot to set up a stacking rule. So that run is completely useless. Stack QB with no less than 2. We can make a separate rule with Mahomes that includes. I know what to do. And then we're going to do the Mahomes rule. Include the running back. Okay. Simple rules. Let me just see what the highest scoring, the highest P owned was. All right. So observe that here's the chalkiest lineup. It was a 330, which is a lot higher. The last one that we did, that was a 3-game slate, peaked at 280. This one's 330. So in this case, I'm going to set the ownership cap at 300. Okay. Let's start there. It might need to be lower than that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it 100 because I want to see once we have the stack rule in place. Now let's see what our highest P owned is, and then we'll go from there. So again, one of the first things I like to do, guys, is establish a baseline of total P owned so that we can kind of go below it by 15-ish% in our final runs. So I'm setting this run, we'll set the baseline. So total P owns 334. So there it is. So at this point, I think I want to go 300. Okay. Now, the other thing is, let's now sort by final and see what we scored. 169.08. What won the turn? Hello, guys? Anybody watching? Oh, wait, this is the luxury box. All right. Because I'm like, what? First run? No. Okay. There it is. All right. That makes more sense. So we didn't even have anything. So we scored 170. The tournament winner, which was an insane lineup here, the tournament winner got a 199. That's wild. So let's see if ownership cap helps with that. Okay, so now we've set an ownership cap. Yes, this is VIP. This is a VIP. So, yeah, we don't share this with the common folk. Plus, I don't have to do the "What's up, guys? Kevin Allen here" in a VIP. You already know who I am. All right, so although you'd probably like to hear it, but nonetheless. So let's take a look at what we got here. Geno Smith. Fuck the plebs. Fuck the plebs. Geno Smith. Running back. Christian McCaffrey. Lats Murray. So this is my strategic fade. Dante Foreman. What is this shit? I can't have this. Right? These levels are not acceptable of these different running backs. We're going to have to deal with that. That's number one. QB. Again, let's look at this slate here. You got Russell Wilson. Let's see who the chalk is. It was Mahomes. Wait, where's Mahomes? Did I unfriend him? All right, this exclude thingy, I think, is not working as it should. And I think it actually just excluded the quarterback. Therefore, let's not use that exclude rule because it did not work. That's what just happened. So instead of that rule, I'm going to do the standard rule. Okay, because we didn't get any Mahomes, which means it literally excluded Mahomes from our run here, which is not acceptable. Now, that's not how it's supposed to work, but it just did. So, not acceptable. So we're just giving this another run. Let's do it properly. We're set at 300 for the ownership cap. I got 4 uniques. I kind of want to test out. Yeah, there it is. All right, that's more normal. There you go. A little bit more normal. Total final fantasy points. 185. All right. 185. Okay. Not amazing, but we're in the discussion. I do have a thought. Number one, we've got to limit. Who the hell were these guys up against? Panthers and Seahawks. Actually, that was a good spot, but I think this total ownership exposure, like I can't accept Lats Murray being the chalk. We're going to strategic fade that. I'm going to set this a little lower. I'm going to set this a little lower. I'm going to set this even lower. Unfriend this guy. Yeah, some of these situations kind of weird. So now let's give it another run. There's just like, I feel like the strategic fade alone of Lats Murray, period, and then a little bit of Donta Foreman, who's way over projected. This should make all the difference in the world. So we're already hitting 185s. We're in the top 100. Here you go, 196. Look. Third place in the giant contest. Just like that. That's it. That's all we needed. 15K. That's a $15,000 win. And what did we do? Barely anything. Now, 4 uniques, 300 ownership cap. And even really full fade. I just strategic faded a couple of turds, like Foreman and Latz Murray. Who the hell wants to play those guys? And that alone, again, keeping everybody else pretty much at 40% max. 4 uniques. Third place. Are you shitting me? It's this easy? Guys, I think like we've been overcomplicating life for years. This is 2 3-game slates in a row already. Ownership cap, yes. 4 uniques, yes. 40% max, yes. Now, can we do better if we get a little silly with it? All right, I'll give you. Let's try this. Christian McCaffrey's on the slate. The chalk against the Broncos. Of course, we're going to load up on Christian McCaffrey against whoever the fuck they're playing, right? So let me try a strategic all-in on Christian McCaffrey. Let's see if our end result gets better. Might not, because we already hit effectively a nuts, but let's see if we can get it even better. I'm excited. Like I want to do. Yeah, well, you could touch a little bit, but we are learning. Let's not get too crazy with it. A couple little tinkers here and there, but it should be like quick, right? So let's see. Did we get better? No. It's funny. Even going. So we went higher on Christian McCaffrey and went and he's a nuts player, and yet somehow got a slightly lower score. Why does that happen? I don't fucking know. That is the weirdest thing ever. But that's kind of weird. It just like fucked with the juju of the whole thing here. Why did it do that? I don't know. Fort's in this. We can get rid of these guys. Tight end was a disaster. 185 again. So, I mean, we're back in this zone here, but you know, we hit a 196 on the previous run. What else can we do? I don't think I would have done anything all that different. I did like Geno quite a bit. This was where I went, so I don't want to. Mahomes was good. I mean, Russell Wilson wound up being the nuts, but you know, all these other spots were pretty good. I'm trying not to do too many adjustments. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the fact that we hit. All right, so let me try one more thing here. Let's go 3 uniques on this run. So when I went 100% all in on a player, we might need less uniques. So let me see. And by the way, and they did smash Seattle, right? They did. Or they will this week. I fully expect it. I already bet it, you know, like, so, all right, let's see what this run got us. 190. So it looks, so here's the one. All right. So here's a differentiator that I just discovered in this last run. When I went all in on Christian McCaffrey. So if I have an all in, then lowering the number of uniques from 4 to 3 effectively gave us the same spread because I've got one fewer variable in there. So we actually produced a better score there. Now, one other thing I want to try doing, let's go to 280 versus 300 for the total ownership cap. But again, we've already taken the second place, and I'm ready to move on from the slate. I just want to kind of see if going down a little even more restrictive on the ownership helps us in this run. And 195, it did help. So there we go. What does our distribution look like? Yeah, it doesn't give us stupid amounts of any particular player per se. It's not like doing dumb things. Kendall Hinton seems a little dumb. Kendall Hinton. I mean, what's not to like here, guys? I don't know really what to say. We just hit a 195.26, effectively a top 5 score in this giant contest. Can we see? You need a Chuba Hubbard. You needed, I guess, Chuba Hubbard and his 18.9. Chuba Hubbard went off on the slate. So if we want to actually win the slate, I'll tell you what we needed to do, which is, let's see if we just say, all right, this guy, I'm going to force 15%. See what happens then. And I actually want to test it on the last run. We got a 195 with almost no Chuba. So let's see if we force some Chuba in there. Just oh yeah, I got to force this guy. He's not showing up. All right. It's not out of the question. Chuba Hubbard had been having decent games. So let's see. We forced 15% Chuba Hubbard, and there's your 197. So that it made a difference. Now I want to try something different, guys. Check this out. Instead of using forced min, what happens if I just raise his projection up to 8.2? All right, let me try this. Now, the reason I'm doing it, I just want to see how it finds its way. If that's better, if it's better to raise the projection, or it doesn't matter, and maybe just leaving the forced min in there is good enough. So let's take a look and just kind of see what happens when we add a projection to the player rather than doing the forced min. We still only ended up with 6% Chuba, but hit the same exact score, which is, no, actually, that didn't do it. So let me go 9, and let's try it again. I want to get the 15% and see if that gave us a better result. Or if it doesn't matter, maybe using forced min is exactly the same, so who cares? Maybe we'll learn that. I don't know. But let's start, right after this, let's start scouting for the next one, because I like it. I remember the slate. I always think there are some strategic fades that we can do. I remember pushing very specifically. Some people were pushing for Russell Wilson on this one. Yeah, 191. It didn't get better. Still hanging around the top group, but it didn't get better. Getting him to 15%, although nice nailing of exactly 15%, but it did not make a difference doing it this way versus that way. Interesting. Now, there's some things here that concern me, like Leonard Fournette being shockingly low owned. And that was when Rachaad White looked better and Fournette had the Q tag and whatever. But for the most part, this is a pretty realistic run. This is QB plus 2. QB plus 2 seems to be the way to go. So I'm just sticking with it. I think that's the way to go on these smaller slates for sure. So let's find another one. We already hit the nuts on this one. That was 12-11. Let's go back another week, see if we got any 3-gamers. No. 11-7. Okay, that's no good. Here's a 3-gamer. Thursday. Oh, this is Thanksgiving. I'm going to go back to the Thanksgiving slate. Give it another look. 148, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Isaiah McKenzie. All right, let's do it. What's the date of that one? Here we go, the slant. So this one's interesting. I want to see the total. So note that the final percentage ownership of the nuts lineup here. Actually, let's look at a bigger contest. What is there any bigger ones? Yeah. All right. Let's go to the Millie Maker. 148,000. And in this case, the final percentage owned was 224%. Wow. Wait a minute. Let me go back to the slant. So this one scored 187. And in the slant, first of all, it's interesting that this $9 19,000 entry contest. The winning score was a 168. But if we go to 150,000 entries, the same exact slate, the winning score is 187. Massively higher. Massively. 168 doesn't even show up in that. How the fuck is this even possible? That is crazy. Whatever. Is this even real? 20,000 entry only got to 168. The guys, this is nuts. This is the same slate. I can't even understand how this is possible. All right. Anyway, whatever. Let's go find that slate. That is 11/24, Thanksgiving. Okay. Let's go. I don't remember how I did on that. How did we do on that one? Did we crush that slate? 11/24. Here we go. Same slate. Legacy stacks. Stack QB. No less than 2. Wide receiver. Tight end. Same team. We only need the one rule. 4 uniques. 3 players versus defense. 170. Global exposure max, 40%. Just let it rip. Just let it rip. Of course, I always forget to put it in server and in... All right, enough. I always do this. Set it to server mode, tournament mode, server mode. Okay. Get rid of the turds. Let's do that as well. Okay, here we go. Server mode really does seem to run a lot faster. We should just default to server mode. So once again, 168 won the slant. That's 15K, which is not a contest I recommend, by the way. This is not a good contest at all. So the good parts are that the distribution is kind of flat and it's only 10% to first. The bad part is it's not enough. Not enough entries here to really get your money back on mass multi-entry. So actually, let's take a look at the wishbone. I like this. So this is 30,000 entries. That one is even worse. Oh my gosh. What? A 161? Holy shit. 100K to first with a 161. The wishbone. Wow. The 2.5 millionaire maker outscores it 161. I think we're going to... Are you serious? All we needed to do is enter that and do nothing? Let's see. 176. Guys, come on. What am I tripping right now? We just scored a 176 on our first run. QB with no less than 2. Nothing else. Look at this. This is like a secret. There are 16 people watching right now. There's only 16 of you. I wonder, how come everybody in DFS Army doesn't all win together? There are 16 of you watching. And I just want to point out, we did nothing just now. Max 40%. QB plus 2. Click 4 uniques. Click go. Okay? I don't know. Jake the Snake, I have no idea. That is a great question. I have no idea. That shit's off all the time. So it could be wrong. It's a little shocking. But nonetheless, if we look even at the milli maker. So yeah, 161. Oh, we won the contest. We won $1 million. Now let's look at what won $1 million and let's take a look at that contest. Because this, okay. So that's the nuts. So we put up a 176. Not that special in the Millie Maker. Is there data incorrect? I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't fucking know. But I if it is, what the hell? All right, let's take a look at the Wishbone. Here's another one. Giant contest. 300,000 entries. 174. You shitting me right now? We won the Wishbone. That's 75 grand. We outscored it. Why is that other contest, the Millie Maker, so much higher? I don't know. But we didn't do anything just now. We just hit optimize. 4 uniques, max 3, 170 lineups. I don't know what to tell you. Can we do better? Maybe. Ramondre. Barkley. I don't remember who did well. I don't even think it matters. Is there a strategic fade in this crew? Dalvin Cook, maybe? Let's see what the matchups were. It was Vikings at the Patriots. Hell yeah, I'm strategic fading Dalvin Cook, and I'm sure I did. Did he smash on that slate? No. You don't play Cook against the Patriots. So let's put a strategic fade in there. Okay. I'm just looking. Do we do anything here? By the way, we just ran it raw and we won every tournament. But now I want to attack the Millie Maker. So what would our strategic fade? I literally said on the slate, do not play Dalvin Cook against the Patriots. We faded the shit out of it. So I'm just doing what we actually did. Yeah, loaded up on Ramondre. All the other running backs were pretty crap. So let's do I just did one strategic fade, Dalvin Cook. Let's see if we can beat the Millie Maker winning score. Because this is ridiculous. What if the Fantasy Labs data is not correct? It's very possible. It's hard to believe. 174, we're hitting 180s and 190s. What? We'll lap the field in this tournament? Really? Let's see the $333 one. That's a 157. So I think this is right. I think this information is correct. This one, 140. 140 win it? Okay. What a weird ass fucking thing. But yet the Millie Maker, you needed a 187 to win the million. All right. All right. So whatever we did just now, again, in one of the weirdest twists, somehow full fading Dalvin Cook didn't help our score. All right. Let me look at one other thing. Yeah. So let's do what we did before and limit total P owned. In this case, our baseline is going to be 366%. So take about 15%. That's about 45. So let's go to 310. Give it a run with a diminished total P owned at 4 uniques and then at 3 uniques. So this is the 4 unique run. Again, the only thing we've really done at all is strategic fade Dalvin Cook. You know, you're not playing running backs at the Patriots. Patriots were the number 1 rush defense. So it's not a good scene for Dalvin Cook anyway. I don't even know that we needed to strategic fade it. It should just, like, the projection model should do that for us. But whatever. I unfriended him. This run is at 310 total P owned, 4 uniques. And then I want to try it again with 3 uniques. So remember, with the strategic fade in place, I want to see if maybe 3 uniques actually gets us better results. So sort by final fantasy points. That's a 170, not good. So now I want to go down to 3 uniques and see if that helps. And I have a feeling it might help because we learned on the previous one that if we're going all in on a player or severely limiting the ownership, then sometimes going from 4 to 3 uniques is the better way. Worth a shot. The other thing, I want to take a look at this slate and see if there's any obvious all-ins. Let's go and take a look at the entire player pool. Let's look at projected owner, like Stephon Diggs. Yeah, but I'm not going all in on that scene. I'm not all in on him. I mean, of course, we love Josh Allen. I think it would be Ramondre that was close to an all-in play. I might have had him as an all-in play on that slate. Nowadays, everybody want to talk. There's your 180. I mean, come on. We won those other tournaments, but we're only top 10 here, or top 50, 180. Max 3. Let me take a look here. Getting a lot of Lions. What the hell did they play? So note that, yeah, no defense went too crazy. Dawson Knox, another strategic fade. Remember the slate? Yes. You can actually take. You can see. You want to find that? I didn't do the cheat sheet for the Thanksgiving. Yes. So if you take a look at cheat sheets, now I did not make the cheat sheet for that particular slate, in fairness. But how do we get these results with this? This is it, man. You got to make the 150 if you want this. The other way in the 20 max, I know everybody wants to talk about 20 max, is it just takes longer. You basically can only use one quarterback, do the same exact thing, but guess on the right quarterback. That's what it comes down to. I've told you guys this a million times. Guess the correct quarterback. Cheat sheet archives are over here. So we could see, for example, you can back test with the benefit. This was Maine. I don't remember. Did we do Thanksgiving? Yeah, I don't know. It would be, this is the archives. And yet we didn't, I don't know that I'm seeing. Yeah, here. No. Yeah, we might not have archived this one, guys. Sorry. Normally we do, but we have the cheat sheet archive. So when you want to do back testing along with the cheat sheet, but again, GK, how can you replicate it? You got to choose one quarterback and just do it that way, or two. Back test it, but you got to choose and choose wisely. You can't get enough spread using just letting the Jesus take the wheel with just 20. Not going to work. So we hit a 180. I kind of want to see if we can get the number higher. Let me go to 300 and try this again. I don't have randomization on. Not good or bad. I just don't have it on. So when we repeat a run, it will do the same exact thing every single time with no randomization. 180. We scored. It takes a 187 to win the million. 180 got us back here in like mid 30s on this contest. But again, every other contest, it won. Why? How big was this fucking Millie Maker? 148,000 entries. Okay. All right. So there is a big difference in this contest size. So be aware of it. So this run, 180.62, got the same score. Let me just look one more time. I cannot remember if Damian Snacks Harris was out. What if we just said, hey, we love the Dre. Let's go all in. Harris, yeah, I don't even think Harris played, but if we had gone all in, let's just see what happens when you go all in. I'm just curious now. We did love the Dre. Now we're going all in. Now going all in is super risky, and I've not seen that much benefit to it in these back tests, as weird as that seems. Going all in, especially on a chalk player, hasn't always made that big of a difference. But let's see what happens here. Let's see what's going on with these games. All right. 180.62. Yeah, it didn't make a difference. Yeah, isn't that interesting? I mean, this to me is fascinating. It didn't make a difference. And it should have, but it didn't. Why? I'm going to go down to 2 uniques. I just now I'm curious. It should have. We still got 180. We're still winning tournaments all over the place, but we're not winning a million. Listen, winning a million is extra hard, but why wouldn't loading up on Ramondre raise our total? Doesn't make sense. No idea. Yeah, 180. No matter what I'm doing, we're not passing this 180. Again, let's look at what won this thing in Buffalo. Aguilar? Oh, you needed Aguilar. And we're not getting any Aguilar. That's why. No matter what we do, we're not going to get there. Why is that? Wide receiver. Aguilar. So low. All right. You ready for this? Why aren't we getting? I think Aguilar was actually on our sheets that week, but I don't have him. So I just want to see if I put 10% Aguilar in there, if that's the difference maker, because we're not getting any of it. Yeah. No, the reason we're not hitting the number is just it's because it's not a Ramondre issue, it's Aguilar. We weren't getting it. And I actually think maybe turning up the number of uniques might have been a better approach. So after I do this force 10%, I want to try something a little different. I wanted to pick Aguilar without forcing it. Yeah, he didn't make it into the good lineup anyway. They must leave a lot of salary on the table. Let me see what this is. How much did he spend? $50K, no salary left, but it uses Buffalo defense, and it's 2 players against the defense. It's a Cousins, Jefferson. Oh, Cousins, Jefferson. This is a single stack. This one's Cousins, Thielen, Jefferson, though, so we can get there. Cousins, Thielen, Jefferson, Schultz. All right, hold up. Let me see something here. Let me try this. Wide receiver, we're going to go 50%, right? Let's turn the uniques all the way back up. Let me try this one more time. $210 ownership, 220, 260, 260, 219. Okay. All right. That's the next thing. We're at 300. Let's go back to our 280 number and see if that works better. Sorry, I'm focused in on this one a little bit. We crushed some of the other slates, but I'm trying to understand why there's such a dichotomy between 178. It went down. All right. That did not help. So I'm going to go 280. Try that again. So now we're lowering the ownership cap to what worked on the other 3-game slate, which was 280%. And let's see, maybe that's sort of like a universal cap. That's good. 4 uniques. 100. So 280% max exposure. 4 unique. Did I not do anything? Did I leave anything out? No. I think we're good. Oh, the other thing I did was raise wide receiver to 50%. We'll see if that helps or hurts. Then we'll try it back down to 40%, and then we'll go up to 3 uniques again, and then we'll move on to another one. These are so helpful. When you see nuts winning lineups just like happening like nothing. And again, we're tinkering, but our first run won like a bunch of the tournaments if those tournament scores were correct. But yeah, 178. All of these runs, that's a good score as well. All of these runs are effectively good enough to win a lot of these different tournaments. Let's go back down to 40%. Let's see if that number goes up. Even forcing Aguilar, it really didn't make much of a difference. And isn't it interesting that Isaiah McKenzie 20%? That's always interesting. And then he actually smashed, which is even crazier. It's kind of chalky. Justin Jefferson was going to be low owned. That's always weird. Yeah, 178. So, not bad. Win some tournaments. Didn't quite win the Millie Maker. I think we should move on. So that was pretty good as well. We tried 4 uniques. Oh, let me try one more. 3 uniques. 280. If the number goes up with 3 uniques, that would say we're skipping over a good lineup. Maybe because we're allowing so much Ramondre, we don't need it, and we have the ownership limits. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Yeah, 179. So it is what it is. We're hitting about 179. We're not quite winning the Millie Maker without like supreme cheat coding. Let me try one more thing. Let's see what happens if we left the limit in place. I'm just curious. It should technically be worse because Ramondre Stevenson was the nuts, but I don't know. I'm curious. I have a second idea too, raising the projection on Aguilar. Yeah, 179, same thing. 0. Put this. I just raised the projection on Aguilar. I just want to see if that does anything as well. And then we'll move on to another one. I want to see how frequently this set of options generally works. Same score. Nothing's helping. And even cheat coding Aguilar way more than he should have been. Something else is awry. I can't place my finger on it. Something's awry. Max 3, 4 uniques. Ownership cap. All right, so I'm going back to 4 unique players. One last run. Sorry, guys, I get crazy. All right, in the meantime, let's search for another slate that we can. I just need Zeke Elliott. Maybe that's what it was. I just didn't have enough Zeke. Lamb. Cousins stack. Am I even stacking Cousins? Whatever. All right, let's look for another one. Here we go. All right, let's go to 11-13, guys. 11-13, 3-game slate, afternoon only. Afternoon only, 3-game slate. Here we go. All right, let's once again take a look at what the games are. All really ugly games, right? Raiders, Colts, yuck. Cowboys, Packers, gross. Rams, Falcons, ugh, gross. Ugly slate. Here's your winning lineup. It's a 222. Dak, Pollard, Lamb. Dak, Lamb, Schultz. Let me take a look at which quarterbacks are on the slate in general. We have some very fadeable situations. Not playing Sam Ehlinger. Not playing Bryce Perkins. Not playing John Wolford. I ain't playing Colt McCoy, which essentially leaves us with just 3 quarterbacks to choose from. So we're going to make a rule. QB, no less than 2. Now, I would like to include Tony Pollard in my Dak Prescott stacks in this case, but is Elliott still injured in this particular week? Yes. So this was an all-in on Pollard week for us. Let's go back to this week. I just want to prove that. So hold on a second. This is 11-13. Let's take a look at the cheat sheet archive for 11-13 and make sure that I'm correct. $17 or $10? What's the date on this one? Okay. All right, so we didn't go all in on him. Let's see what else we can glean from this. Let's look at the afternoon. Dak, Derek Carr, Dak and Derek Carr. Dak Core. Okay. Wolford. Ugh. Pollard, 5-star. Okay. All right. Zeke out. Adams, load up on Devontae. CeeDee Lamb, of course. So there we go. All right, that's the backdrop of the slate, and there are the notes from the slate. So let's go back to our normal set of rules. Tournament mode, 4 uniques, 4. 3 players versus defense. We'll figure out the ownership cap in a minute. Server mode. Don't fuck with any of that. Exposure max, 40%. But we're going to allow a little bit of extra exposure. Actually, fuck it. Why even bother? Let's just roll it 40%. 4 uniques. Let's do the standard. The only thing I've done here is remove these absolutely horrible quarterbacks. And as a matter of fact, I think Aaron Rodgers was fadeable as well. I probably wouldn't have played him, but whatever. I mean, in a 3-gamer, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to play Carr at all. So, but he was the highest owned. So I can't, it's too fake to fade Carr. You know what I mean? But I would have definitely tried to go below. But he's the highest projected ownership. So I can't just ignore that, right? I probably would have only wanted to play Dak, and that actually worked out. But yeah, I wasn't going to be excited about playing Derek Carr, right? We all know this. Oh, I only made 3. Hold on. Let's set this for 170, our baseline. And remember what we do. Our first run, we use the standard set of features, really no adjustment whatsoever. And then for run number 2, we can use the P-owned limitation once we figure out what it should be. Yeah, using DVP works. The rating, although our ratings are all bad for all of these, but the rating is the rating. I actually created the rating system, so data bitch, but I created it, and it really does, like, everything I look at for what's a good play is built into the rating. So let's see what our final fantasy points are. This was a high scoring slate. 204 first run, guys. 204 first run. What won the tournament? We needed much better than a 204. Need a 220. 222. So let's just see. Yeah, I mean, that's a big tournament. Actually, let's look at the $3 one. 224. So 204, not going to do it. Yeah. No, I created the rating system, guys. It's just looking at matchup factors, and we get really into it on the research station. So hang on a second. We hit a 204. Let's figure out what's going on here, because I need a 220, and I feel like at this point, every time we don't hit the nuts is a surprise. So, all right. The total P owned, the highest, was 325. So again, let's use our rule of 15%. That's like 32, about 40. So let's set our max at 290. But again, 280 seems like the sweet spot. I'm just going to go 290 here. 280 seems like the sweet spot. Let's look at running back and see if any strategic fades are jumping in our face. No. Wide receiver, strategic fades. Wait, Cooper Kupp was on the slate? And he's not in the nuts? Did Cooper Kupp get hurt during this game? Was this the game where he got hurt? It must be. Yep. This is the week where Cooper Kupp got hurt. But interestingly, he wasn't even that crazy chalky. So, all right. Now, my ass was loading up on some Cooper Kupp, and I'm not going to cheat code fade that shit, right? I ain't doing that. QBs, Carr, Prescott, Aaron, that's fine. Again, we're hitting numbers. So let's set our max at 290. Although I kind of want to go to 280, but we'll leave it at 290. Fuck that. Let's just use a universal, so we can say it's always 280, right? Now, is there a strategic all-in? Taylor? Probably. Aaron Jones? Not really. Tony Pollard? Maybe. Connor probably wouldn't have been heavy on that one. So I'm going to say Jonathan Taylor against the Raiders. Yeah, you got to go 50% there. Tony Pollard with no Zeke. I'm going to go 50% there as well. Just a little adjustment. Max 4. But the big thing is ownership cap at 280. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, seriously. Cooper Kupp cost me probably 2 more fantasy championships than I actually already won. So I did win a 1-3. No. Outright 2. Split because of the fucked up ending in the third one. And then a fourth one that I should have won. I had to split third place because, sometimes you get bad luck. All right, let's go total fantasy points. Yeah, it didn't get better here, guys. It did not get better. We're at 199. 199. Oh, Island of Foster Moreau. What the fuck? He actually wasn't even the problem. But that's a lot of Foster Moreau. Tunyon. Ugh. He's got a lot of turds. Jesper Horsted. Don't like that. Josiah DeGura. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. I think Ertz got hurt during this game too. See the defense. I don't know what's going on here. So why would it get worse? I have no idea. Let's go to 3 uniques. Dak, Lamb, Schultz. Dak +2. Christian Watson was a beast. Loved him. Wait a minute. Was this a week I said go all in on? No. No. I think Christian Watson may have come out of nowhere on that slate. Well, luckily, the playoff slates, we don't get as many players coming out of nowhere. By the way, just a side note. And after this, let's do a little setup. You know what? Do you guys want to do one more, or you want to do the actual Sunday slate, a setup, and run it and see what the fuck happens? But do you guys want to do that? I don't know. But I'm trying to remember back to this slate in particular. Let's go to the afternoon breakdown. Did we even mention Christian Watson? No. Which means Christian Watson came out of nowhere. He was probably hurt. Didn't expect him to play. And this is why we're not hitting the nuts. Because you had a surprising situation. 205 we just hit. 3 uniques better than 4. But let me check here. Watson. I don't even have... Oh, that's what's going on. No. There he is. He was 6% owned. We just didn't play him. I ran a Saturday State just a minute ago. DS doesn't like a lot of Herbert. I don't blame the DS. Herbert's not even on my list. Hold on a second. I got to free the cat. All right. You did learn that I do wear pants, even if they're not outside pants. All right. This got us a 205. Again, just all right. And the whole reason that we're not winning these slates is because we're not getting any exposure to Christian Watson. So let me just test this out. Effectively, if we miss on a player that scores 36 points, you're not going to win the tournament. So I'm just going to force 15% on this dude. And that's why we're not winning, right? Like, if we don't get Christian Watson and he scored 35, one of the highest scorers on this entire slate, nothing else that we do matters. That's it. We got to get a little bit of exposure to that guy. And sometimes we just missed it, right? Sometimes we just missed it. Here you go. Here's your 210. So, like, it gets better. When Christian Watson is in that lineup, it looks a lot better. So, without Christian, no Watson, no money. He was 7% owned. So, I don't know why he's not really coming up. I'm getting, like, extreme turds, but not Watson. Like, we're getting Allen Robinson, who was, I guess he was still playing. DJ Turner. What is this? Just that one turd. A ton of Bobby Tunyon, and I don't like this guy. Here's another way. So I think the reason we're not getting any of him is because Tunyon was overprojected. So what I'm going to do here is lower him. Because let's take a look at the actual stack combinations for Aaron Rodgers. It's like Tunyon. It only wants Taware, Tunyon. There's one Watson. There's another Watson. So I think what we got to do is not just raise up. So let's try this different. We'll do 0, but I'll raise him up to 7. Okay, so let's just see what just happened. Okay, you guys ready? 208. So sorry, I got distracted here with betting shit. But what did we learn? I just want to see what happened here with the combination. So now we're starting to get some Christian Watson in those lineups, which is better. Okay. But it cheat coded it too much. And even that, see, this is fascinating for me because we added Christian Watson, and 27, and this guy's the nuts, but still it didn't really increase our final nut score, and it's bizarre. Why? We should have had higher scores, and we didn't. And I don't know why, and it's upsetting me. Get out of here, Tawari. Get the fuck out of my lineups. All right, I'm going to do one more run. And what I want to do from here, though, guys, as we're quite deep into this, I could do another one. We can go back test another one, or we could just jump right in and let's do this week's. Let's back test one more. I got to learn. Let's find another one. All right, 11-13. Let's go to 11-6. Monday through Thursday. The fuck is that? Oh, no. I don't know what happened that week. I'm skipping it. 2 games. No. 2 games. At this point, I feel like this is Fantasy Labs' problem and not mine. You notice how it's defaulting to this Monday? I think my Fantasy Lab, my dashboard's all fucked. This app only works once in a while. I'm not seeing any more 3-game. Oh, here we go. Is this the one we just did? No. 10-17. 10-17. Okay. Let's try one more. And then we'll switch it up. What's this one? Afternoon only, 10-17. Here it is. Got it. Okay. Ooh, all right. Do we have ownerships? Yes, we do. Okay. Rams, Panthers. Bills, KC. Ooh, this slate is really interesting. Okay. All right. Let's check the leaderboard, see what won. Hold on. We'll go to the afternoon. Rush. Okay. Megan Joy wins 100,000. This person has won many times. I believe I broke down a Megan Joy Millie Maker winner. So actually, let's take a look at what Megan Joy, this person's won more than once. So take a note of what Megan Joy did here, guys. This is a player that I've seen win frequently, and she won, or he or she won this particular slate. So let's see what they do. And her deal is, I'm going all in on one player, obviously. And she went all in on Josh Allen. And of course, because of that, loaded up on Dawson up. But interestingly, kind of faded. All right, let me just leverage. Her leverage. Oh, she was slightly underweight on Diggs just by default, but she went crazy on a lot of these Bills players. Dawson Knox, Buffalo defense. Just went heavy on the... Okay, whatever. And she ends up winning with a Josh Allen, Diggs, Dawson Knox triple stack, which included a bring back Juju Smith-Schuster, Benny Sko at low ownership, Allen Robinson at low ownership. So a double pack of players from the Rams at low ownership. And then he included chalk Eno Benjamin. Remember, Eno Benjamin was chalk for a few weeks there. So with that all being said, the big play here was Seattle defense. Let's see if we could replicate this once again, just using our standard set of rules. Stack position QB, no less than 2, wide receiver, tight end, same team. I want you to expand on this, members of the body. Give us a little entertainment. All right. Let's take a look at this slate in general. Kyler Murray. Gross. PJ Walker. No, thank you, right? So effectively, we had Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes on the slate. There wasn't much reason to play anybody else. Still, I think we should go 40% max, right? Across the board, universal. What else? 4 uniques, 3 versus defense, server, tournament mode, 170. We're going to run it once again at 900%, no cap, but I believe we're going to want to come down to the 280% cap that we've kind of figured out seems to work on these slates. Ah. Ah. Yes. What man cave are you in if you're in an apartment? Oh my gosh. Oh, fungal. Love it. All right. So we are again afternoon slate, 10-16, exciting slate, 2 games that look sexy, but obviously Bills Chiefs is like super sexy, and then there's this other one that's sucking a little bit of attention. Oh, that's what's up. I got you. Okay, so let's look at what happened here. First of all, unacceptable to play all of these other shits, but very little Mahomes. Not happy with that. So I'm gonna have to figure that situation out. Running back, Darrell Henderson Jr., Eno, Walker, fine. This looks okay. This looks fine. Cooper Kupp gets hurt during this game. I don't know. Would have loaded up on Cooper Kupp, though. That's my guy. And Higbee, fine. Okay, very good. Fine. Right? So let's do our little process here. Total P owned. Number one, actually sort by Final Fantasy. Let's see what the first run did with no adjustment. What if we win the nuts? 177.86. 177.86. 185 wins the giant tournament. Guys, I just are you seeing this? This is not just me here. So take a look again and tell me what you just saw. We hit a 177.86, good for 7th place, just on the first run, doing nothing. This is a big contest. Let's check this other one. So we're looking at the rush. Let's take a look at the play action. 77.86, actually. Okay, good for top 10. Okay. $3 contest. In this $12 contest, 177.86, 7th place, 3K. Okay. Again, what do we do? 40%, the same set of line. Now I want to try doing this exact same thing. Let's figure out what the total P owned should be. Ooh, 400 on the largest. Wow. Okay, so our 15% rule, that would be 40. And a 15% rule, that's 40, 60. So that put us at 340. So let's try that. I mean, you know what? It would go up if anybody knew. But again, there's only 16 people watching this stream. And, another 100 or so will watch it. But like most people will not watch or care. And I get it. It's a lot of work to put in this work. And if you're not doing this along with me, you're not really gaining the confidence in the system. I'm gaining confidence. I'm telling you, I haven't done this. I do back testing all the time, but like it's usually main slates. I haven't had the opportunity to sit and like dick around with 3-game and 2-game for like massive quantities of time. But I mean, guys, come on. This is like happening. This is real. We're seeing it. We're hitting these numbers with almost no adjustment. I don't have to know shit. I'm just fucking doing this Scotty Newman style. He was right the whole time. I mean, listen, this ain't Jordan. I'm going to tell you something. DFS is not going to stop you from being broke if you're broke, bro. That is not what this is going to do. This will keep you broke. All right. I just ran it with a cap at 340. Let's see if that helped or hurt. I think it's going to help. Nope, it didn't. It did not help. 163. We got to 163. What did we do the first time? 178. So now we're down to 163. That's fucked up. Why? I don't know. Let me make sure there's nothing weird going on with our ownerships. 291. No. Let's take a look here. Josh Allen, Mahomes. I do want more Mahomes. I don't get why that's not doing that, but that's another story for another day. All right. Where's Steffi Diggs? Yeah, he's up there. Okay. Yeah, everything looks fine here. There's nothing out of the ordinary. So what I'm going to do is go down from 4 to 3. 340, I don't even know if it's tight enough. I want to go down to 280 in a minute. So our next step will just be like, fuck that. Let's go down to 300 or like an even tighter ownership number. And then that's it. And then we'll go to this week's slate, apply the knowledge that we've just acquired, set it up, set it and forget it, fucking Ron Popeil style, Ronco, rotisserie, set it and forget it. Rotisserie chicken. I'm going to rotisserie this shit. Set it and forget it. Geno Smith cannot be that high owned in that matchup. Hell no. That's where we're going to fucking deal with it. Not doing that. I would not do it in a real slate, and I'm not doing it now. So the highest 171. Again, we're hanging around. We're hanging around. Decent, but not enough. No, it's not even that. Look, the nuts is 223. So what I want to do here, the nuts was 223. So I'm going to the number that we've been using, number 1, 280. Let's just do that. Right? Ron Popeil, set it and forget it. Run it again. Are you guys too old? Do you remember that? The Ronco, the infomercial, set it and forget it. Let me know if you remember what that is. They used to sell these giant, like, made on, as seen on TV, rotisserie ovens for your house, and you had nowhere to put it. Like it's like, imagine just a giant toaster oven that you now have to add to your collection. Like my man, members of the body had to keep it in the trunk of the Ford Escape. Wife is like, hell no, you're not bringing that in our apartment. I'd be buying stuff like that. Late night. Like, oh yeah, I need one of those. Rotisserie chicken looks awesome. Never made one. I've got a thing downstairs that's like a mandolin. Slicing tomatoes and shit. I actually use that though. You need a Ron Popeil set it and forget it for tailgates, right? That plugs into the car lighter. Like, yeah, bro, it takes 15 hours to cook a chicken using the electricity from a battery. Set it and forget it. 188. We did it. All right. Hold up. I don't know. Is this get you guys as excited as it gets me? 188. Final. Hold up. Motherfucker. Give me your money, bitch. Megan Joy. Pay me. All right. We just hit the nuts. What do we do? Number 1, I limited Matthew Stafford, but Geno, because that was ridiculous. But that's not what did it. We lowered our total P-owned back to the number that we've been using the whole fucking time. Now, this one has 3 uniques. Let me try it with 4. But we've been using 280. But this particular site, I've been doing this 20% bullshit. Maybe we just set it to 280. I don't know. But I did 3 uniques just there. I'm just going to run it with 4. Let's see what happens. Maybe 4 is too many at 280. And we've said in the past that going down to 3 is the way. We didn't do much. Pay me, Megan Joy, bitch. Megan Joy don't care. That person, again, woman, man, don't know. But I've seen Megan Joy win $1 million. She knows what's up. And I think her approach, if I remember correctly on the $1 million, was also going very heavy on a few spots, like something like all in. So she looked at this slate and said, I'm going all in on Josh Allen. I don't give a fuck. It's like Josh Allen against the Chiefs. It's too good to pass up. I'm loading up. And she's like, if it doesn't work, I'm going to make nothing. I don't care. I'm loading up. And I don't mind that. And by the way, for you guys asking about the 20 max, that's how you got to do it. For the 20 max, you got to say, I don't care. I'm loading up on Josh Allen. And whatever happens, happens. And if it doesn't win, you accept it. All right. Josh Allen didn't have his day today. Accept it. I just switched from 3 uniques to 4 to see if it gets better. It's way worse. So again, it's way worse. 166. Let's go back to 3 and see if it will replicate. But 3 uniques at limited. 3 uniques at limited total. That's the way to go. 3 uniques at restrictive total P owned. That's worked before for us, right? This is not the first run. That's what we've established, and it's so crazy when it keeps working. Three uniques. 280 total P owned. I know what we're doing for the current slate, guys. 40 max, 3 uniques, 280 total P owned. Let's just do the exact same shit. We're going to fucking do this right now. Set and forget it. Ronpo Peel. The only thing I got to ask everybody is make sure we use a little bit of randomization because DraftKings fucking called me. They're attorneys. And they were like, and I'm keeping it real. They were like, you can never have your subscribers if they're uploading the same exact shit. That's why we need to make a few adjustments, a strategic fade. If you guys, if your upload is exactly the same as somebody else's, they will kick you off of DraftKings forever. So they're like, they told me that I need to figure it out. And I'm like, how the fuck do 2 people have the exact same shit? And then I realized if we overly preach too specific of things and everybody does exactly the same, that might happen. So use a little randomization, please. I don't want to get kicked off of DK. 188.56. We won the tournament, guys, and we won it. Megan Joy, pay me. All right, I've had enough. We now have an action plan. Let's go to Maine, okay? DraftKings. Are we even loaded for this week? This is unbelievable. Sunday, 3 game. What the shit is this? The fuck is all this? That's weird. All right. Let's do our thing. You ready? Quarterback, no less than 2. Wide receiver, tight. Are we getting cute here, guys? No. We don't need to get cute. Classic. Okay. Ignore all this extra shit. I don't know what that is. It's upsetting me. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it, but I don't know what that is. What are our rules? Let's not stop doing it now that we know. First, we start with 4 uniques. 4. Tournament mode. Server. 3 players versus defense. Global max exposure. Is everybody with me? Global exposure max 40%. I'm just doing it to follow the process. But in the end, I think we should just set it at 280, 3 uniques, and forget it. Ronco. Do we figure out a strategic fade? Maybe. You know what I forgot to test? You know what we should have tested while I was doing all of that? When we finally hit the nuts, we should have done 170, 150, 120, 75. Maybe we don't need to run 150 lineups. No one thought to tell me that? I blame all of you. Every single one of you for not being like, hey, Kev, why don't you run that shit with 100? Should have. Your fault, not mine. I'm live streaming. I'm live streaming and researching simultaneous. It's not that easy. Live streaming. All right. I just want to see what the total. Oh, we don't have ownerships. It doesn't matter. So now we will use 280. And I think we're going to go to 3 uniques at 280, right? Unless it's not restricted enough. So we'll see what the total peon is on the slate. Let's take a look and see if we can think about. We don't have ownerships yet. It's Wednesday. It's Tuesday. What day is it? Tuesday? Wednesday? I don't even know. It's Wednesday. We don't have it yet. We're not going to play Skylar Thompson. No. What the fuck? Burrow. Where's Daniel Jones is all right. Forget all this. We're not set up yet. We're not running properly yet. This is all fucked up. So we can't even really do this because I'm going to show you guys something. So just forget the current slate. It's not ready yet. And I don't even want you guys to go in and start typing in projections or, we got to get this projected properly. Daniel Jones is not in there. I don't know. There's this weird shit up top over here. Got to figure out what's going on. But so we're not going to run it, but we know what to do. We'll set up our settings exactly the same. 280, 3 uniques, that whole thing, right? I had one other thought. I've already done a cheat sheet. I'm going to have to pull Lamar, but Jones, Josh Allen, Burrow, and Cousins in that order. We only have 4 quarterbacks we're going to use. Let's stick to it. So I've already got a cheat sheet cooking up here, guys. It'll be loading up on some of these spots. I don't want to mess with it too much, though. I kind of want to keep our system. I want to keep our system in place. So, like tomorrow, whenever our shit updates, I think we keep it simple. Now, I want everybody to do this one thing for me as we're running these, and we could share them. So share this in the chat. We have discovered 280. I love Jones. That's why I'm like, where's Jones? He's my, again, I have a cheat sheet for this, and I've got Jones as my second favorite. I listed them in order, and Jones is kind of my first favorite with Josh Allen kind of being, so Josh Allen, blowout, right? How much do we need? I don't know. But I looked up his blowouts, and he smashes in blowouts. So I'm like, all right, let's play Josh Allen. By the way, I'm rubbing my nose, not because I've been doing cocaine all night. That's not what I do. It's because the fucking cat hairs. I feel like they get on me, and they're like all over me. The cat, love the cat. The hairs are everywhere, and it makes me itch. It's on my nose all the time. Vikings on upset alert. Hell yeah. So I'll tell you guys, since we're here, I'll just tell you what I bet already. I bet, and I teased it, suck a bet style. Added 7 points to all the numbers. But I got the Bills. I've got the Bengals. And I got them before the QB news for the opposing team. So I got good numbers on them, but I still like them. Got the Bills. I got the Bengals. I've got the Giants. I've got the Jaguars. The Giants, not a confident play. I've got the Jaguars. Who the hell else is playing this week? Can't even remember. Bengals, Jaguars. Oh, 49ers is the other one. So I teased all of that. Yeah, Jacob, you knows what's up. Like, I feel like when I do this on a podcast, that it looks like I'm doing cocaine and like on one of those movies and shit. But that's not what I do. I keep it chill. I keep it on a mellow. Anyway, all right. So I did want to end with setting up the Dom, but I am not going to even look at this shit with no Danny Jones in here. So I think we're going to run it there. Again, notes. Do not forget this. Yeah, I didn't bet that Cowboys Bucks game. I don't know which way to go. I'm leaning Cowboys, but like, man, if there was a team that finds a way to fuck it up, I'm sorry, Cowboys fans, to fuck it up in the playoffs, it's the Cowboys. So there's a lot of history working against them that I don't like. They find a way to lose, and I don't like it. Although I think they should smash the Bucks, but they find a way to lose. So I need Gargano's advice on that bet. I can't make a move. All right, so final thoughts. Ownership cap, 280 for the 3-game slate. You know, if you're talking about wait for Gargano, you know it, right? Fucking guy is awesome. I made bets this week without Gargano. I'm scared. I wait for him to tell me he agrees. 4 uniques or 3. 4 uniques if you're not really setting ownership caps. Seems like with a strict ownership cap, 280, 3 uniques is the better. So that did play itself out. 3 uniques. Tournament mode, 40% max. Yeah, exactly. 40% max. Share this in the chat. 40% max, global. 3 or 4 uniques. Ideally 3 alongside a 280% ownership cap. Tournament mode, server, strategic fade, 1 or 2 players if you can. 2 to 3% randomization. I'm asking everybody to do that because you do not want to have the same fucking lineups as everybody else. That will cause you to get kicked off of DraftKings. So everybody's supposed to customize a little bit, which is fine and good. Not everybody can win. And by the way, if you're all going up against one another, you want to be slightly different. Plus, I need DFS Army helmets. So the last thing, put your fucking helmets on your account, rock the avatar, rep the brand with pride. That's all we ask. You know, people used to say like, oh, do you take a cut? We don't take shit. All we want you to do is let people know that you enjoy, you know, the tools here, that you like what we have going on. That's all. Let the world know these guys are sharp. That's all I ask. That's not asking too much. Anyway, all right, let's wrap it up there, guys. Did we do player versus defense? Did I forget? Yeah, max 3. Max 3 versus defense as well. Remember the settings. 170 lineups. We're going to fucking crush it this weekend. I feel it in my bones. We got this. 3-game slate. We're going to take it down. By the way, based on what we've done, we've scored really well in every single 3-game slate just by this basic set of rules. Like, it's been pretty consistent. So I don't even know how, but it does seem to work. LFG. All right. That's it. I'll see you guys later in my channel. Let's keep the conversation going. Just a little note for the few of you that are sticking around. I'll do a game plan with John tomorrow. I'm going to be doing tomorrow a bit of a players club, breaking down the 2-game slate. Probably tomorrow, you know, daytime. My wife is going to kill me if I fucking blow through another night on a live stream for 3 hours. She's already fucking pissed. So it'll probably be more during the day. So you might have to watch it later. And then on Friday, Tournament Tactics will focus on the 3-game slate. And I'll do some, I don't even think we need to do anything. We're just 3-game slate. We know what to do. We know what to do. All right. Good luck, everyone. I'll see you guys.